Yeah, that was the 4-2-3 Arc Warden, which
Yeah.
popped off completely. That was a great early game, playing very aggressive. Had the lineup to do it with too. But now I'm a bit worried. It's not like the draft is the same, so you don't necessarily
Yeah, it's
get to
not.
play this super aggressive Arc Warden because your lineup right now doesn't fulfill it completely. You need another aggressive either offlaner or an aggressive mid player, basically, depending where this Pango Arc Warden is going to settle. Because you're playing an Arc Naga lineup, which could just mean that this Naga might be played as a support. Pango going mid or going offlane. Then you also need like this kind of strength type hero. We're looking at the not necessarily even DK, because DK has a long cooldown on his ulti, so he can't always be around, but someone who just allows you to fight much more frequently, like Bristleback or something like that, maybe. But a stun would be nice because you have 0 stuns right now in this team.
Army Geniuses are expecting it to be a support Naga. It seems like a 5 Naga to be exact. Considering how Geek Fam played the previous game, have this high armor, position 5, melee one, and
Yep.
a range core. It would be the same if it would be a Naga Siren Arc Warden lane.
Yeah.
Though I'm not so sure about the Arc Warden. Again, you're playing against the Lifestealer Razor. They get you into your face so easily. I'm kind of thinking this time around Razor will be going for a BKB. You kind of don't want to let it go. If you don't go for a BKB, the damage output of Geek Fam is super high. If you go for a BKB, they have no damage output.
Void incarnate.
And that's another hero that just jumps straight to the Arc Warden. So it is a pretty rough game for the Arc in this game. At least you have the Naga and the Disruptor who have good counter initiation and can play very defensively to help the Arc Warden out, which is a positive side. But you don't want to spend your entire game just running away.
You need something that does well against the Void Spirit in the lane. This hero naturally doesn't lose the laning phase, but you need something that does relatively okay. I'm thinking Ember Spirit, but the problem with the Ember is that you're up against the Razor and the Lifestealer. These heroes don't care about you. Grimstroke can also be an issue for you as well.
Yeah. If you go Ember, you have no presence. Like
Oh, Ember is
you're
banned.
doing a bit of yeah, but you're doing a bit of damage. Like, but even hero that does some similarities that the Ember does, I'm just not a fan. Not in this specific draft.
Cool.
Like, I think you still need some kind of strength core that gives you vision and is able to move around in the front. We always talk about the Centaur, but something similar to it.
I'm afraid if they pick the Centaur, it has to be an offlane against the Grimstroke Lifestealer. That's not a good place for you to be. And they can even swap it out, put the Razor against you. Again, not going to be a good situation for you. You also need to be thinking about the laning phase. I think Pango does well against the Lifestealer Grimstroke, so in my mind, that should be a good offlaner. I
This should be a
would be
Tidehunter
gunning
game.
for mid.
I mean, this should be a Tidehunter game. But then again, Geek Fam hasn't played Tidehunter, so Brewmaster comes to mind. Maybe the Undying with the Tombstone can help out a bit. Maybe a Night Stalker could help out, but I don't think the Night Stalker's that great either. Well, there's a Strength Hero, but it's going to be a support Treant, right? Roger Naga, Norman. Oh, no, it's a core. It's a Force Treant, of course.
Okay, let's go. Seb's Treant Protector coming into play. It's not Seb playing it, but let's see how it works out. The Leech Seed has been buffed, so it is something to look at for sure. You are also pretty good at dodging in the trees, making sure that the Lifestealer doesn't get on top of you. So I like it. I like it. It's a good hero against the Void Spirit as well. Not pretty can be solid against the Lifestealer too. Not the greatest against the Grimstroke overall because of the shard, but it is. It is something interesting. It is something new, and Geek Fam have been gunning for those. But I still think Army Geniuses they have a bit of a better lineup again here. True. He needs to do well.
Самая тупая смерть в жизни, бро.
每一把都当最后一把，然后就也不要怕输。每一把都当最后一把，然后就也不要怕输。
The thing. The thing is, I can see attempts from Ice Frog, Valve, whoever is in charge of Dota right now, making a effort to make the laning stage not as important. The main thing, you know, is the changes to the glyphs, making sure that the tier 2 isn't dropping that easy, and you always have the chance in that early mid game, the mid game, to come back. But as time progresses in the Dota world, people are getting better and better in this game. So throws, especially in you know, games that are very important to the teams, which this one isn't, very rarely happen because you play pretty conservative. You overtake the parts of the map. You know exactly what you need to do to win, and it's on the other team to find various ways to take it back if they did drop the ball in the laning phase. So it is always important to emphasize just how important that part of the game is going to be. Just because players are getting super good at the game, and it's very hard to come back. But still, yeah, I do agree. It would be cool to see in this game a fight on the bottom lane if Army Geniuses want to cut down those trees. You are playing against the core treant, so he's not going to be hiding too much, but you don't want him to be able to hide on both sides if you're trying to go for the kill. So let's see if the teams put emphasis on killing destroying the trees, and on Geek Fam on defending them.
You want to know what's the best part about my analysis? I've been muted for like the last 3 minutes.
Awesome, cool.
So hello, chat. Hello, people. Everyone watching the Dota TV probably heard, but yeah. Well, I missed my long monologue of what GeekFam needs to do this game. So yeah,
it was very good. It was the awesome analysis, the best one I have ever heard, guys. You might not get the chance to hear it, but if you had, you would understand the immense Dota knowledge that Panda sprayed.
Yeah, exactly. GeekFam's gonna lose the game, and Army Geniuses are gonna go topping their groups. You know. No,
Dota, good game.
It was definitely a lot more intriguing than this too long didn't read version. But I can give you one, and it is basically GeekFam has a lot of difficulty in this draft, and difficulty as in difficulty level. It is hard to execute.
But if they start falling behind this time around, they have the
something
heroes
to fall
necessary
back
to delay. Yeah, they have the heroes to delay and something to win the game with.
Well, it's going to start with one of their primary heroes for the late game. Going to be dropping first. Gem goes down. Yowie will pick up the first kill of the game. And that is for the Void Spirit to kick off the laning stage, killing off the Arc Warden. Couldn't be better than that.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. When you look at the damage output of Army Geniuses, they went for the Void Spirit, which, you know, with some of the nerfs that he has gotten in the couple of last patches, he doesn't burst down heroes that fast. But this game, you get the first blood, you're going to have a good start to the laning phase, and you have a Grimstroke on your side. So bursting people down even before those big item timings is going to be possible.
Possible for sure, not impossible. Cox with his Pango versus the Void. They're already utilizing this this early level 2 for Cox. Having both abilities, and Void Spirit only holding on to a Aether Remnant to try to secure the CS. Just got a casual Remnant standing there in the middle of the lane there. Actually doing a great job on this Pango right now. He's 6-2.
Yeah, he saw Yowie did take some damage after that first blood, so he he started utilizing the fact that his opponent was low. But now, yo, with him getting the bottle and applying some damage on Cox, it's gonna be the Pango that's in trouble now.
And they're gonna shift over a little bit onto the side of the Void Spirit, definitely. And in this matchup, Resonant Pulse is useful, not only just for CSing, but also for getting that quick nuke on Pango, because the animation is so fast. That's one of the good things about the Void Spirit is his animations are really quick.
You're not gonna be able to get away with the Pango from that one for sure. That's 100% certain.
Yeah, if you're not like 100% awake, you might not even get your stick charges being used on time because of all these abilities that are flying out. You get you sleep for half a second, you get caught by a remnant. Resonant Pulse, you're trying to time the fight where you're like 1 HP of killing your opponent. Might not have to have the time to think about any extra moves. Just gotta commit, plan ahead.
Let's look at the side lanes a bit. The Lifestealer is doing well. I expected a little bit more pressure onto the Lifestealer. This can prove to be a problem once the Lifestealer gets like level 4 or 5. More points in the Ghoul Frenzy. You can run down the Treant Protector. So I would like Geek Fam to be a bit more aggressive here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I would agree on that. But at least I don't think they need to right now. They've got the wave right in front of the tower. Oh, Force actually misses the flag bearer creep because of the tower aggro. Armin wanting to take the 3-minute bounty away, but is it going to come at the cost of his life? He gets the glimpse off just before the Inkswell stun pops. So perfect timing there. That was super close. Top lane though, Roger, CML both low on HP. Naga low and DB to secure the kill. Without a tag team leveled up in this lane, it is just the Snowball and the Shards on CML for now.
The attack speed of the Razor isn't great, so the tag team, you don't really benefit too much from it. Plus, you're playing against the Nagasar, and the armor of the hero is quite high.
Naga and Arc
as well.
They're looking for Skem. They're going the old traditional way here. CML, he's gonna slow down the Void damage. Going into the Snowball, they take down Skem. The support Naga will finish off the Tusk. But it's an important one here for Army Genius, is that they get the kill first, and then they're happy to just give away a Tusk that has no mana, has no HP. You see the Tusk was just standing still there for a second. It was like, I admit my fate at this point. I've done my job.
The thing is, Tusk is one of the best, if not the best heroes against these range heroes. Like, the Sniper is the only one that does somewhat okay against the Tuscan lane because he can't stand his ground. The Drows, Arc Wardens, heroes like that, if they get caught in the shards, they're just dead. And we saw it there. There's no way you survive. And now Tusk refills the bottle and immediately starts rotating towards the top lane. Again, just one misstep from Skem and he's dead again.
Yeah, usually when we draw the line in this top lane of diving, you see the tower arc goes around here. So usually this is like the line that you don't cross. Basically, now that you're playing a Tusk Razor, it goes somewhere over here. So it's much further away.
If you can't get close. You can see Skem wants to do something. Tusk is also good against the Arc Warden because of the Snowball dodge. He dodged one of his...
you can see they're just fighting right outside of the jungle. They're going to get that Snowball, do a bit of extra damage onto Skem. Definitely keeping him on his toes.
Slight mistake from CML there. He wasn't close to DB when he went
Varys
for the Snowball.
dead. Let's get the Inkswell stun, but he's going to fall to Force. Glimpse from Disruptor while he's standing in the slows. In a Thunder Strike too. That's a lot of damage.
That does look a little bit better now when they're going more aggressively there in the bottom lane.
Here's the Midas lined up on the Arc Warden. Void Spirit getting another bottle refill. You can see how annoyed he is by this Pango. Even getting some mangoes off of the Grimstroke, so they're really pumping up this Void Spirit.
Want to go for the
Gonna
kill.
jump in with the level 6, but Swashbuckle just on time. Didn't use the Remnant when he jumped in on the Pango, so Didn't have the time to form. That's a good sign for Cox as well. But he's definitely awake for this matchup here. There's the glimpse coming out. Shield crash is available. It does crash onto both of the heroes. It's got a lot of damage reduction. Doesn't take anything from the Void Spirit, but Void's looking for the disruptor. Kill the taunt onto the Pango. Narman on the run. Doesn't have time to hit the Centaur on the way. He's gonna get the bounty rune away from Yowie. He's gonna get finished off with the Astral Step. He does buy out just before he dies.
Yep, that was okay for the disruptor, and overall pretty good for Geek Fam. You know, it was Army Geniuses that were making a move, and they don't manage to get anything going their way at the start. And this chase onto the disruptor, it cost the Void Spirit a lot of time. Plus, he's not getting runes. Of course, for a Void Spirit, the second and the third power rune are the most important ones because you want more points in the simulate before you can rotate. But if he would have gotten that DD, this would have been a bit of a different fight there in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, definitely would have. It would have ended a lot faster too. Or maybe the fight after. You're gonna get a Naga Siren. Support Naga kill here with Yowie coming in with the rotation. Level 6 rotate for a kill.
Very lucky break there for Geek Fam. The Spark Wraith connected onto the Void Spirit. He probably would have been able to catch an Arman with the Remnant if the Spark Wraith didn't connect on him, and all three of them were very close to each other. So, you know, going for the Void Spirit there, the one that had the catch spell was very fortunate for Geek Fam.
Let me just tell you, this Dream Protector is really farmed.
Yep.
42 last hits as an offlaner. Of course, he's got the damage advantage for him for sure, but still, that's a ridiculous amount of CS. And he's gone for Soul Ring as well, which we kind of talked about this item being nerfed, and not a lot of people like to build this anymore. Roger catches CML's Tusk in the river. That is Tusk going down.
I expected him to go for a snowball onto the Naga Siren. Kind of feel like the stun would have helped him, but yeah, the movement speed difference is too high. Naga Siren, a fast hero, plus has both the Wind Lace and the Boots of Speed. Yeah, you were never gonna escape that.
The pinging DB. Gonna get the glimpse out. Pango rotating in. DB is in trouble. He's gonna lose his life here. Surrounded by Geek Fam. Cox for the kill. Can actually switch to net worth now and look at the current situation. That's an important kill because it opens up the lane for Skem, who is currently struggling with his farm.
I mean, the thing is, Geek Fam have this timing before the Void Spirit gets his spells leveled up, mainly the Dissimulate. Once the Void Spirit starts doing more damage, the rotations are gonna be coming out more often. So that is the reason that Geek Fam are trying to be a bit more aggressive now.
Yeah, I'm trying to be aggressive on Narman here. Yowie looking for the kill, but the Stroke of Fate's gonna clean him out. Pango will find the return kill, however, with the Swashbuckle. Closes out the Void Spirit. Gets a return kill. 1 from 1 in the mid lane, but that is your mid falling. And that's a kill that Geek Fam are very happy with, considering the difficulties they're going to be facing in the as the laning stage is about to end, and the early mid game is going to be really tough for them. Every kill counts for them.
Very important that they kill the Void Spirit. That is the main one. That is the hero that you want to have a bad time. You were talking about the fast animations of the Void Spirit, but that's mostly for the Resonant Pulse. The Simulate takes some time, and he was waiting for Cox to use the Swashbuckle and then use it, because if he would go for the Simulate first, it wouldn't be good enough.
Alright, CML. Oh, he actually finds the right Naga instantly. Cox is going to rotate in. And a kill for the core. DB does get the link on the Pango. Pango going to be in trouble. Stunned up by the Inkswell. Nowhere to go. He's going to find himself in a very awkward position.
The reason he found the right Naga is that Force used the Living Armor. They probably thought Naga Siren with the high armor that she already has, and with the Living Armor, there's not going to be a chance for a Tusk with right clicks to get a kill. The thing is, this Orb of Venom has done wonders for the Tusk damage against the Naga.
I think he already hit him before the Living Armor came out, because you still had to wait for the Naga to appear. The attack animation came pretty much at the same time as the heal. So that was... I was actually impressed by CML actually finding the right Naga instantly. They're gonna try Narman here. Well, not just try, they're gonna get him. Disruptor does pop the ulti right below him. He's gonna buy some time. They're still fighting under this ulti, trying to get away. Yowie very low on HP. Cox for the chase. The web comes out from Roger, and it salvages the situation. They're going to get a 2-for-1 trade, and it's going to be the third kill as the Razor will drop the Cox. And now Varish on the run. Roger has 10 seconds for another web. They're going to spend some time with this chase. Varish is forcing them away with that Inkswell. Looking for the teleport wave. It's not going to be happening here. Orb of Corrosion, level 4 swashbuckle. Pango takes down a third kill for Cox.
Beautiful fight for Geek Fam. Just responding to that one. It all started with the Disruptor, very nice static storm. If he gets stunned up immediately, doesn't get that one out, the fight is immediately bad. They want to get the life there, they won't be getting it. But the thing is, Void Spirit almost got out there, and he had the region rule. So that fight almost got out of hand for Geek Fam. If Yowie is able to reset, we are seeing a different outcome. So very important that Geek Fam did manage to finish him off.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been a disastrous situation. But the Disruptor able to stay alive for just long enough. He pops his ulti down, kind of protects himself from any nearby close range abilities, and at the same time gets his Thunderstrike on top of the Void Spirit, allowed for the Naga to do the wraparound from the side. Oh, they're losing DB here. Cox, Norman. Clean out a Razor kill for themselves. Razor not enjoying his life right now. Just got killed in top. Now he gets killed in his own jungle.
He's going for the same build as in the previous game, but there's absolutely no physical damage coming out from Geek Fam. The Vanguard is just not as valuable as it was in the previous game, so I'm kind of surprised that he's going for the same build.
Alright, let's see what Cox can do. Surrounded by 3, 40% damage reduction. Song comes out, and he cancels the Song, but they're already moving away. And the Shards will block out the Pango. This is a lost fight. No longer can they keep this one up. It's a bit of a mistake there. They could have actually kept the Song going for a while if they wanted some Rolling Thunder damage in, but Roger, seeing the Rolling Thunder come out as his Song was just activated, he cancels it, and then the Tusk basically just blocks himself with the charge, which makes it so easy. A lot of TPs going into the bot lane. Gonna be a big fight here, right next to them. On this one, as Yowie will go down. Skem with the Arc Warden in the front line, inside the bubble. Walrus punch to the air by the Tusk. There's a Wraith following, and that Wraith will give him a post-mortem kill. Roger now rotating to the bot lane. 2 supports versus 1. He's got the web available. Riptide too. It will be a Grimstroke taking a lot of damage here, but the glimpse from Norman might have griefed him for a bit there, but Cox is also here. Roger still gets the kill.
Norman does everything right. With Disruptor, it's not like it's flashy. That glimpse, maybe, you know, you could say it was a slight mistake, maybe unneeded, but
he does everything right. That glimpse, though.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to the viewers because he could say that was a slight mistake, though. When it matters, he's always in a good position. He's protecting his hero. Immediately he goes for the ulti. He knows how to use his spells in a fast way. He uses the glimpse on the right target, on the Razor in that one, and he pretty much again single-handedly wins the fight, just like he did on the top lane.
Oh, big rotation towards the mid lane, right next to the tower. Roger here, Cox here. Norman coming in as well. Swashbuckle already on 2 with the ulti from 4. Snowball's going to be there to buy some time. Varish taking a piece of this battle too. He could get himself a good ulti. He's got the Pango hold in place. There's the counter from the Grim on the Pango. DB forcing Norman away, being chased away. Pango still trying to take down CML. This Tusk is so bloody tanky, but now in your dream gonna be in trouble inside the river. He gets the infest off, and inside CML they've got the Void now coming in with the DD rune as well. Geek Fam not gonna find any success here. It's a complete disaster. They're gonna lose everything in this fight, and Army Geniuses clean sweep. What a fight from them. Oh, it looked so rough for a moment, but they relied on their power. They relied that they can still turn this one around.
The Geek Fam also got greedy. They wanted the Lifestealer kill. As soon as that infest came out, that is where the fight ended. They could have just backed out, lost the 2 supports, and it would have been okay. The Narman, again, good static storm. He kind of created the space for his cores to escape, but they decided they really wanted that Lifestealer kill. And you could see how CML, he came close to the Lifestealer. In your dream, called it out, I need help. He comes close to the Lifestealer, the infest comes out, and that's where the fight ends.
50 minutes, 29 kills, tied in net worth. This game is a lot different than game number 1. It's gonna start ramping up. It's gonna start ramping up for sure. Cox has been battling his heart out with this Pango, which was required from him in this game, from his hero, that he has to apply pressure as much as possible, knowing that this Arc Warden still needs time. But Skem wants to play the aggressor. They're smoking up from the bottom half towards middle. This is attempt number 2. Last time it didn't work out. Doesn't work out now. They have a haste rune on the Pango. No, he's going to get the remnant out. They're only going to use the Walrus Punch onto the Treant Protector. There's a beautiful 3-man stun. Varish going to turn this one around again. Geek Fam, they need to score some success, but Force is low. He's down a half. DB, he's got a lot of damage on himself. The song from Roger, it's all going to hell.
Cox.
3 for 2.
Really bad if he dies as well.
And that's going to be a 2 for 4 if they can clean this one out. Roger, he's got ensnare, but he can't get close enough. DB, he's too scary. He needs to use that web to disengage. A 2 for 3 trade.
What I was afraid the most for Geek Fam in this game was what happens when the Grimstroke gets his shard. Every single one of your spells gets countered by the shard, apart from the Static Storm kinetic field. You don't have anything to keep people in place. And that is a position 5 Grimstroke that runs into and wins the fight solo once the Inkswell connects. Imagine if it's like a Lifestealer that runs in, he's about to die, bam, Inkswell gets everything away from me, gets the rage off, it's gonna be even worse. So Geek Fam, they need this Grimstroke to die. They need him to die immediately at the start of the fight.
He is basically public enemy number 1. Can't let that happen again. There's now a Desolator picked up on the Lifestealer. Deso armlet build. Packs a punch with his right clicks. And that starts to chew through the armor of all these edgy heroes on the Geek Fam side. They found Roger. Glimpse comes out. There is still the Void Spirit to clean the job.
And this Razor is doing so much damage. I wasn't a fan of him not going BKB in this game in particular, but it seems like he has enough HP necessary to survive, and the damage output is just being stupidly good. You can see the Plasma Field doing so much damage, and then the Eye of the Storm and the Storm Surge consistently poking Geek Fam as they drop down. The problem for Geek Fam in this game is that they don't have ways to instantly blow someone up, and that is what you need to do. So you're gonna have to be relying on this Pango. Cox needs to go in into the backlines, finish off Varish, and then the rest of Geek Fam need to connect.
Treant able to dodge this incoming gank squad. They were suspecting a ward to be on the cliff here, why he was playing so defensive there. But there is no ward. The sentry's not going to find anything here. They have 2 sentries placed down. They don't find a single ward. But at least they know they have control of this area. And a Tinker ward placed down because he knows the Treant is going to be playing the top lane for now. Oh, DB though. Roger. Illusion spawned. He's trying to trap Razor in between. And Roger's taking a hell of amount of damage here. Naga has to run.
I expected them to stay there with the Arc Warden and just drop down the Static Storm onto the Razor, but it feels like they thought they can't get the kill, and they might actually be right.
He's coming into the top lane. Grimstroke ulti used, forces down. Pango has to get rid of the silence. He can't help Force. They just use TPs to the top lane for nothing. There's also an infested Lifestealer. In your dream returns back to farming. What was that?
Yowie wants to go in. They know Narman is in a bad position. You don't have one of your TPs, and if Geek Fam don't smoke immediately towards top right now, that Disruptor is a sitting duck.
I like how they're forcing a teleport already with the illusion, but it gets cancelled out. Naga Siren found in the jungle. Roger tried to go for the wraparound. Try to scout some more information. Razor, though, dying to Skem's illusion here. Down to 400 HP. He will turn around. He finally finds the courage to fight the illusion. Fight the power back.
Barely survives. I don't really know what CML was doing there. Sorry, Roger was doing there, running with the Naga Siren into the jungle. I think the second you see that Narman hasn't been jumped, that you know that something is up. Maybe he wanted to set up for a fight with the Song of the Siren, but either way, you're running into enemy vision. You're going to be the first one that's getting caught.
3K lead for Army Genius is currently looking to top the group here. If they can win this one, they will take seed 1 for the playoffs. And a team that was probably suspected to end up maybe 3rd, maybe 4th, could just be the surprise factor here. Song set up for the Disruptor. They've got the Lifestealer, but he somehow is able to get back on the move again. And they're going to be battling this one out all the way to the end. Scam surrounded by enemies. And it is the army that is showing up. The military have arrived, and the geeks, they're afraid. They don't want to enlist this time.
Big mistake from Geek Fam that they didn't get close to the static storm. Tusk used the snowball on one side of the static storm and went towards the other. He picked up the Lifestealer and he got him out of that one. That was actually a really good initiation for Geek Fam. But like first Yowie, he has a BKB, very nice item choice in this one. And speaking of which, he has found Force.
So where do we go from here? Like, Army Geniuses basically have succeeded in halting Geek Fam, and they're continuing to do it with this top lane kill with the Tinker Ward. They found Force. And just continue following him through. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to actually kill this hero here, but the Astral Steps just not doing enough damage. He's still out, regenerating. It is taking some time. Narman will go down, but it does mean that they're going to look for extra kills in Fest. Just as the roll was coming out, and Force, holy shit. I don't believe this. I don't believe what I'm seeing right now. He's still being pummeled by the Void Spirit. Is he finally going to get it? Yes, he will. It's actually Varish with the bug to finish up the kill, but this is costly. This is costly for Army Geniuses. If they can just find the kills they need. Scam is going to go down, and no, it is not costly at all for Army Geniuses. They still can't have the damage required, but damn, did that take long to take down Force. They did lose In Your Dream for it, but it's still a 4-for-1 trade. They'll take it any day because they keep their heroes up.
It took so long to kill him, but it was a double-edged sword. Yowi's BKB got back off cooldown just as he jumped towards the Arc Warden. If he doesn't have the BKB there for the next 5 seconds, the Arc Warden blows him up with all the damage that he has. But given that the BKB comes out and the Razor comes from the side, immediately the Arc Warden is dead. There's no more damage from Geek Fam.
There's just no damage on Geek's side. There's just no damage. It's all about the Arc Warden. Pango barely did a couple hundred in that fight.
Pango is going for a BKB. What? Is he that afraid of the Phantom's Embrace?
I think so.
That's the only thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he just can't use his ulti if the Grimstroke's around. So he has to find other ways to stay in the fight. Only reasoning I can find for it that he is not feeling himself. Like, he's still probably the most efficient player on Geek Fam's side currently, at least in the current time. But still going for the BKB is a drastic measure.
Yeah, I felt like he could accomplish the same with the shard. Is there like an axe on the Void Spirit? Not just yet, so it's not like there's a double silence that's gonna prepare you for that Phantom's Embrace, and you won't be able to use the roll up. Weird. I have to say it's a weird decision. I want to see how it works out. Maybe he just wants to be able to stand his ground and fight.
Roger. He's gonna get blown up here by Yowie and the squad. Almost catch themselves a Disruptor. Oh, Tusk is gonna be sent to the tier 3 tower. Not a place he wants to be at. Meanwhile, Satanic finished on the Lifestealer. So Armlet Deso Satanic, he's got a lot of HP now. He's got 3k HP. Not to talk about the Infest, which will give him a bit of extras, and the regeneration. He's got a lot of damage. And then he also has the Lifesteal. So this is a crazy good Lifestealer right now for In Your Dream.
It's all about survival for him. The rest will do the damage. Plus, you can now use the Rage. You don't have to be waiting with it because you do have a way to remove the overgrowth once you're raged up. That is also a big deal and the reason why he went for a Satanic so early on.
That is going to be life number 2. And right on top of the Disruptor as they TP bottom as they finish the Roshan kill.
And he sends back the Lifestealer as well. So Lifestealer infested there. He got brought to the bottom lane and he didn't even have to use the TP to come back. So yeah, I praise Narman, but this isn't one of his shining moments there. That glimpse actually helped out the Lifestealer. You could see he didn't even want to rage it off.
See what comes out of this. We have an Arcane on the Pango. He's starting to build his Aghanims. He's got the Fusel Axe with OC, which will... It does a lot of damage, but he's still going to have to need that Basher. Basher Axe is where the power really looms.
That is when you become scary on the Pango.
Yeah, we're the Pango is definitely still a powerhouse to be unproven right now. He still looked really good up till this part, but now it's just really down to the Arc Warden. What can Schem give to secure the team? The damage, but they just need the front line to stay alive. I guess that's why you also need the BKB, so that Pango has a presence in these fights. But look at this guy just getting blown up here. No way, and DB they're just going back to bully mode again, just like in game 1.
They're way too powerful right now on Army Geniuses. Geek Fam, they have this Arc Warden to fall back on, but it is not ideal for sure. Because you can see that Army Geniuses are playing two lanes. You're playing against the Disruptor Naga lineups. You can always get caught, and they don't care. They feel like they're untouchable, and they actually are.
Roger gonna pop the song here to try to escape, but CML walking in with a BKB on a Tusk support to run for the Walrus Punch. Teleport cancelled, Snowball in, and DB will take this one. This Razor is really, really popping off.
Yep, it's oh, there's a glimpse. Okay, Razor, back to the bottom lane. He used his Bloodstone for absolutely nothing. They are getting some rides from Narman, but he's gonna get a one-way ticket to the fountain as well. Kind of the story here. You're seeing Geek Fam. They're just trying to do something on the map right now. Split pushing a little bit, dying on the enemy part of the map. That's the most they can accomplish, because a straight-up fight, it can never work. And this is a Nagasar and Disruptor lineup, so they're hoping for that Axe on the Disruptor, but he can't leave the base. So I'm not really sure how he's gonna get it. And they didn't get lucky with the Philosopher's Stone either.
No such luck by the looks of it. Map is getting smaller and smaller by the minute for Geek Fam.
It's a catastrophe. It's definitely a catastrophe in this one. They again went for a weird lineup. Again, I praise them for it. I think it's a smart choice to go for lineups like this to see some weaknesses in your communication, but they're you never feel good after 2 games of being absolutely demolished. It always leaves a scar on your heart. So Yowie is gonna be hunting on the bottom lane, pushing out the waves.
Bit of scouting information here in this bot lane. They've got 2 Ops Wards. The other one, the Lost Boy by Roger.
They're hunting Force.
We'll find the Trained Protector. They don't even get the top lane pushed in that deep. They are cutting out the waves, but they're now looking to maybe continue with the fight. Cox, oh, doesn't get the BKB off, and he's just blown up. Oh, he's blown up so fast. Yeah, it doesn't look like nothing is going well for them. Narman still has his ulti, but the kinetic field already placed down. Schem trying to teleport away. He's gone. Roger gone too.
Well, nice.
They're out of there.
Nice, they survived. I thought that was just over, but the Lysler didn't have the rage. That is the thing, and he's your main damage output anyways when it comes to focusing onto one target. Razor wasn't that close immediately, and he doesn't have a BKB. So your 2 main single target damage dealers are out of the fight, being slept. And with the Tusk already using both the Walrus Punch and the Snowball, it was an easy TP out for Geek Fam.
Certainly was. Now things are gonna get a bit trickier. Just gets harder and harder for Geek Fam. This Arc Warden hasn't really found much experience for himself. I think he just ate the Tome to get him to level 18. But still a very, very long drag. They need to hold out for like at least 20 minutes. Maybe even more than 20 minutes. But they also need to they need to have some kind of presence on the map too. Maybe this top lane smoke's gonna work out. They got the Glypeer onto 2. CML got a snowball. They do have Cox on the spot, yet going anywhere. Grimstroke ulti on top of him. Now in your dream, attacking the tree and protector. Trying to take down Force. He's actually running away from the high ground for now. Does not have the HS anymore. And we'll look for the Naga kill. It is very close to getting it, and we shall. DB with the godlike.
That snowball just made it so sad for Geek Fam. That could have actually been a good fight for them.
Yeah, they're definitely attempting at it. Scam about to drop as well. Oh,
beautiful.
It's getting from bad to worse. It's getting from bad to worse. The situation is deteriorating rapidly for Geek Fam inside their base. They're just losing one hero after the other, with buybacks coming back in and forth and in and forth. And there goes Scam, and I believe we're looking at the end of the game here, because this is just a one-sided show here. Coming out from Army Geniuses, they've team-wiped them, they've taken them all into the graveyard with an ultra kill, going for In Your Dream, and that should also clarify that the situation in the groups, it's going to be Army Geniuses winning the group stage, taking #1 seed for the playoffs.
Yeah, at this point, Geek Fam, they're not coming back into it. The Army Geniuses are way too strong. That was multiple buybacks, and still you can't do anything. I think this game, as soon as the Grimstroke got that shard, that it just became impossible for Geek Fam. Also, the snowball saves from the Static Storm have been really on point. Tusk being caught in a kinetic field without his BKB, and he gets the snowball off. He puts the Razor inside of it, and they get out. And I think at that point, Geek Fam are looking at the fight and be like, oh, that's not good. And yeah, they knew what was coming to them.
30,000 lead now for Army Geniuses. Last time, the game did stretch out for quite a long time until Geek Fam actually tapped out. But this one,
look at DB.
It feels like they just have the capability of diving this time. Just finished this one a lot earlier. DB, though, I mean, we talked about, is this Bloodstone OP or not? For me, it just honestly feels like it. This guy's getting so much out of this. Well, the Fountain might be a bit too much, or is it? He's really battling them out. Man is cosplaying Bristleback.
That looked pretty OP right there. Yeah, that looked pretty OP, but yeah, I still am not convinced.
That was kind of nutty. Away with BKB, jumps on the back line. He wants Norman again. Rogers Song. They're trying to turn their attention to the rest of the fight. There's still the Lifestealer. He infests out, and he's going to actually end up inside the silence, but he also brings the damage. He's not able to use it there. The GG call comes out. Geek Fam, they've had enough of this blunder.
Imagine it was like, oh, we got 3 of them in the Aghanim's Disruptor ulti, and they just beat you all up. That's just how strong Army Geniuses are at this point, you know. But enough about these games here, Panda. I have a question for you there. You kind of caught me by surprise. You said Scam ate the book. I don't know what you guys do where you're from with books, but we read them here. I don't know why he would be eating the book. Do you think you gain extra knowledge that way? If so, I have a lot of them here. Maybe maybe I can try it.
You know, there's a saying that you can munch knowledge.
Okay.
So basically, that's basically the what I had in mind about eating the book, because you know you're absorbing so much information. You're not even reading basically, but you're doing a lot of soul searching. So I don't know why we're talking about this. Army Geniuses, they 2-0 the series, and Geek Fam, they're gonna have to bite the dust on this one. At least they went for some cool attempts. They've still secured their playoff spot, so it doesn't matter too much for them. But Army Geniuses playoff #1 seed. Did you see that happening at the start of this group stage?
Well, at the start of the group stage, I didn't know much about how the teams are going to be working out. I think after a couple of series of Army Geniuses, especially I think their series against Execration, that is where they showed out really strong. That's on November 23rd, so pretty much at the start, I was thinking that they are looking pretty strong, right? So obviously, Execration didn't really look like the greatest of teams throughout the tournament, but at that point, I had an idea that Army Geniuses could go into the upper bracket, but I didn't see them being the first seed. As I mentioned, the teams got so many new players. It were new stacks and stuff like that. All of the lineups look somewhat strong, but Army Geniuses, yeah, they outdid themselves.
They definitely have. I think this was a clear show for them. Maybe with a bit of help from Geek Fam, trying out some different drafts and having a bit of fun. This is still a draft that could easily have won Geek Fam the game. But as said, this was very difficult to execute. Army Genius is just going for the straight up line, like let's just play the way we normally do. Never underestimate your opponent. 2-0 series for them. So well-deserved victory and a well-deserved first place for the playoffs. And we're going to be heading over to the next series, which is going to decide a bit more because Unity Gaming, they have 2 back-to-back series today. They will be deciding, are they staying in the lower bracket or do they still have the drive for the upper bracket? With their 2-0 series against Execration yesterday, keeps that hope alive. They're not too far away from it. And Fnatic, looks like they're going to be taking 3rd place in the playoffs. I don't think that's going to change at all. There might be a Neustadtl score situation with Geek Fam. But outside of that, we are going to be heading over to a break and start wrapping up and putting our thoughts towards Fnatic versus Unity Gaming.